When I started my degree in 2016, I never dreamt I'd be here 8 years later studying for a PhD. The UK is a world leader in forensic sciences, and the university in Barbados does not offer this course, so I knew I needed to travel. As our two countries have a shared history with similar legal and educational systems, the UK was the natural choice. When I graduated, I returned to Barbados to continue my career in law enforcement. To further develop my skill sets, I made the decision to return to the UK in 2022 and successfully completed my master's degree. I was then very proud to be offered a scholarship by my university to pursue my PhD, so I can complete the set. My parents were a little concerned as I was moving somewhere where I didn't know anyone, and going from a place where I was part of the majority to a minority in a new multicultural community. But I did my research and we were all reassured that this was the right plan. My journey here went well. I even caught my first ever train. The furthest you need to travel in Barbados to a destination is 45 minutes. My mum came with me to help me settle in, and both my parents visited me last Christmas break. Having them here was amazing. They're very proud of my achievements. People are always fascinated when they learn I'm from the paradise island of Barbados. I am always willing to be an ambassador for Barbados, but I also love embracing the British culture. Food is a big one. There isn't much Caribbean food locally, so I had to be adventurous. I've tried Sunday roast, afternoon tea, and of course, fish and chips. The British accents are interestingly varied, and that really surprised me. I've even picked up the lingo and whatnot. I quickly found people who shared a common interest. I was the last to arrive in my halls, but there was soon a knock on my door and I was invited out. As expected, people from the UK are really polite and welcoming. Everyone I asked for help was very kind. My friend Gareth is from Manchester and he's like my family over here. When I arrive at the airport, he is always there to collect me. We love discussing our cultures and how we speak differently. I am also a member of the Chartered Society of Forensic Sciences, and I have even joined the British Rotary Club. Here, I'm currently in negotiations with the hope of establishing the university as a recognized school of peace. I want to leave a positive mark. Forensic science is a huge part of my life. I've studied the subject at both levels in higher education, and now I teach it here as an associate lecturer as part of my PhD. When I complete my studies in 2026, I intend to return to my homeland. My commitment lies in the principle of making home right first. After all, I'm a Caribbean citizen, and my aspiration is to contribute to policy reform that will benefit my country and the wider region. I am also still employed by the Barbados Police Service, which supports me in many ways, and I want to continue to develop the forensic framework there. Here, I've been able to work with Staffordshire Police on a number of projects, including my PhD, and this experience really is invaluable. I now see myself as a global citizen. I moved from a small island where almost everyone knows each other to an international university in a much larger, highly populated country. This forces you to grow. It also made me realize that you need to be sensitive to those in your environment. This is essential as a lecturer, law enforcement professional, and leader. In my pursuit to mentor, inspire, and transform, I'm reminded of the words of Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. It is within this spirit that I continue to dedicate myself to the enlightenment and empowerment of the next generation.